So seeing Tupac as a hologram, I get. I should go into a lot of detail about like how everything transpired up to seeing Tupac, but I can't do that because I've tried and I keep going up to like 8 minutes without even getting to seeing Tupac yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make another video talking about my whole experience of Coachella 2012, really getting into detail of how everything went down because I seen Tupac as a hologram. I didn't have a wristband. I wasn't allowed inside the venue no matter what. And I seen Tupac as a hologram with a friend who also didn't have a wristband and didn't go to Coachella until that day. And that's not really saying much, but if I go into detail anymore, it's like there's a lot that transpired into us getting inside the venue and her getting inside even the campground. So that will all be in another video. This video is about seeing Tupac as a hologram. I'm gonna rewind to about noon on Sunday and do my best to get quick to Tupac. So Sunday at noon, we're at the Sahara tent inside of the venue, no wristbands, with a big ass bottle of tequila, huge bottle of tequila. And we're mixing it with these 2 plastic cups we also brought in. And we're mixing it with Gatorade and ice with tequila. Seeing Flux Pavilion and Dr. P in the Sahara tent at Coachella. So we're standing there mixing the drinks at the very back of the stage. And tell me why these mixed drinks were like some of the bombest mixed drinks I've ever had in my life. They were delicious. Not sure whether that was because it was just a free mixed drink in Coachella or a bunch of free mixed drinks in Coachella or it was actually a good combination. I don't know. Anyways, it was bomb. We were drunk the whole fucking day. I had an acid tab in my pocket that I had been waiting to take because when I woke up Sunday, I was still frying from the night before and shrooming a little bit from the night before, which I'll also go into more detail about later. So the sun starts going down. We take we split the tab in half and take it. It was a pretty strong tab, so it was pretty nice. We go and see Justice as the sun's going down, and we go very, very close. Ends up Amanda and this is the first time I ever seen Justice. They were amazing. Gotta comment on that. This is the first time I had ever even heard of Justice. Anyways, she gets sick. We leave the set a little early to go to the beer garden so she could chill. I have a beer, a nice tall beer. If you guys ever buy your friend a beer anywhere, ask them, be like, hey, you want a nice tall beer? And if they get the reference, they're awesome. And if you get the reference, you're awesome. Anyways, getting off topic again. At the beer garden, she goes and she's throwing up in the porta potties, and I start to realize that Florence and the Machine are gonna come on, and then right after them, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre come on. So I tell her, let's go see Florence. I know they're gonna she'll make you feel better. Like it's just they're amazing, like insane. Like I love Florence and the Machine. We go and it does that. She starts feeling better. So we leave their set a little bit early too to go get a good spot for Snoop and Dre. I've never been the type to like squeeze through people to get very close. I've never ever done that. But this time I told her, I was like, I'm down if you are. And I know she was down. So I told her I'll follow you. So I was just like held onto her hand and we just went close, like super close. And eventually I had to tell her like, NA, relax. We were very close. And I would keep in mind, I really wasn't that excited for Snoop and Dre. I mean, not that I'm not a huge Snoop and Dre fan. I mean, I'm really not a huge Snoop and Dre fan. I'm probably as much of a Snoop and Dre fan as anybody else. But they were amazing. They were fucking awesome. And I'm just talking about them too as artists. And in their first few songs they did, they was fucking tight. It was fucking really good. They vocalized their songs well, and like it was tripping me out, like how high Snoop Dogg seemed, but he was still on point, like rapping. They were awesome. They ended up bringing out all these fucking people. 50 Cent was crazy. I've never seen 50 Cent in real life before. Tony Yayo. And I mean, I'm not a huge 50 Cent fan, but I used to be when I was younger. So seeing them was like, got me all happy and giddy. Corrupt was tight. Kendrick Lamar was cool. I didn't know who Kendrick Lamar was then. So seeing him was just like whatever. And then I seen Wiz Khalifa, which was fucking awesome. Doing Young, Wild, and Free at Coachella was like the perfect fucking song. That song was probably the best song of the night that I had heard, just because everybody knew the words and it was just such a perfect song. It was like an anthem everyone was singing. It was awesome. Wiz Khalifa was tight. Eminem, obviously you guys know how big of an Eminem fan I am. Amazing, like beyond words. I couldn't even explain. This is my second time seeing Eminem, so it was fucking insane. I couldn't even breathe almost. I smoked the bowl that I had saved, and then all this crazy lightning type shit started happening. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And all I hear is, what the fuck is up, Coachella? And you can't understand, like, when you're that close, and we're kind of like at an angle like this, you can't really see the stage that well. Like you can, but you can't. And especially with all the chaoticness that's going on, and me being frying and like tripping like all weekend and tired as fuck and just smoked a bowl, I was very confused in the beginning when I hear "What the fuck's up, Coachella?" I didn't know what was going on. I was like, "Yeah," but because I couldn't really see what was going on or what I couldn't. I don't know what. I don't know. I just was confused. And then I looked on the screen and I seen Tupac. And at first I just thought it was like a screen, like a video playing. And then I looked and I thought in my head, I'm like, is this really happening on the stage right now? And I looked on the stage and Tupac was on the fucking stage. And I couldn't fucking believe what I was seeing right now. Like for like 2 seconds, I really, really seriously, because of how well it looked, thought that Tupac was alive. Like he had chose Coachella 2012 to come back. And you don't understand, actually be thinking that in your head, even if it's for a few seconds, is crazy. Like that fucking was nuts. And not only because I thought that, because I was fucking frying balls a little bit too. I don't even know where to go from that point. When he started doing his, like, I think it was Hail Mary he did first. You know, throughout all the songs, everyone's real hyped up. Throughout Wiz Khalifa and 50 Cent and all this shit, everyone was like, yeah, like, screaming and going crazy. But as this Tupac hologram started doing Hail Mary, it was nothing like that. And you can't really tell from the videos, and I've really heard no vlogs talk about it or really anything like that. But it was very, very, like, I feel like people were taken back by it. I know I was. A lot of me in my head was like, this is almost wrong in a way. And I know nobody else thought that way. Like, I mean, as far as like the media and no like reviews, I haven't read anything like that. But I felt that, and I could feel the energy of the way people felt around me. And looking around, it was blank faces from almost every single person in the crowd. People were just like in awe of what was going on. There weren't people talking to each other or nothing like that. Like there weren't people like screaming, putting their hands up. Everyone was in amazement and awe of what was happening. And the energy that I felt wasn't necessarily like, oh my God, how could they do this? But it was like, yo, is this cool? Like, if you think about it, since Tupac's died, there's not been that kind of an energy in any venue or festival or concert like that. I don't care how many fucking, like, you know what I mean, like slideshows or pictures you show. There's not the type of experience of actually being surprised and seeing Tupac Shakur on stage rapping a song and saying "What's up, Coachella." It was the closest that it has come to Tupac actually coming back or anything like that. It was insane. And if you watch the video, it's not just the song playing as he's like, it's like an actual voice. It's like probably like they mixed an acapella with like, it's like, you know, did a little bit of effects to it. It's actually his voice like doing it. And it sounds like he's actually rapping it there. And the way he's walking and moving and everything else is crazy. So as I'm just watching the crowd being in awe, I kind of look around and I'm just like, wow, like, you know what I mean? Like I said, like, is this cool? And then you see Snoop Dogg up there dancing with him and Dr. Dre on the side just like watching. And I kind of start to feel like, you know, these are his people right here. You know, Dr. Dre and Snoop, and like, these are his people right here. You know what I mean? These are who he knew. These are the people that he made music with and shit. So, I mean, I can understand if they're cool with it and they you know what I mean, and they feel it's respectful, then I mean, who am I to say anything else? So at that point I kind of just started getting into it and like being like, wow, what did they do second? They did Hail Mary, and was it Two of America's Most Wanted? And after that and how it just like, it was like he did Peace or something like that, and then he just explodes. It was just and it was just, oh my God, that was nuts. It just gives me the chills thinking about it. And just, you know, I remember hearing this one girl just being like, that was fucking amazing. And all these people just right after he goes off, all these just people talking about it, and like, and I could hear all these like people experiencing it and talking to their friends about it. It was just insane. Like that was a historic moment. And the fact that I was there for it is amazing. I'm saying it's insane because of the way that it all transpired. The fact that I was able to see that shit and where I was, and like where I was even in fucking life. Like I could not have even come close to affording tickets to that shit. Like I was not doing well. So I was able to see that, and I got paid for it. And it was just insane. Like, and the way that it all happened, and how lucky I was, and also skilled, and kind of, dare I say, sly. I guess, I don't know. I was like, I really just was like a spy, and that rhymed. It was just an amazing thing, and I just am so happy that I could actually experience it, and it was just awesome. I mean, if you guys haven't seen the Tupac hologram, which I'm sure you have, there's links for it all over YouTube. Just search Tupac hologram. It was almost scary in a way how amazing it was, and it was kind of scary in a way. The energy. If there's videos out there of like the Tupac hologram from the crowd, then you guys should definitely watch it. On that note, I'll say goodbye. I hope this wasn't too long. Like I said, I'm gonna make another video about my whole experience and how everything went down, and how I got multiple people in the venue for free on different days, and just how I was doing what I was doing. But other than that, that's really it, guys. I made a new song. Called Go So High. If you guys want to check that out, I'll put a link for that in the description. And I'm thinking soon I'm gonna make a video for when I seen Paul McCartney on acid, and that was just a whole nother fucking thing in itself. And Jesus Christ. Yeah, so salutations, comrade.